heavily armored, packing massive firepower, and able to traverse even the roughest terrain at high speed. Today's frontline battle tanks are the most fearsome of weapons. In modern land warfare, tanks lead the charge. Among today's armies, the main battle tanks of 4 countries stand at the forefront of technology and design. The British Challenger 2, the American M1 Abrams, the French Leclerc, and German Leopard 2. Each is a marvel of military design, combining its own unique weaponry, exotic armor, and sophisticated command and control systems. They've never faced each other in combat. If they did, it would surely be a formidable fight. From Britain, the Challenger 2, a highly reliable and extremely capable heavy tank. The Challenger 2 is the latest main battle tank produced by the pioneers of tank design. The British Army first introduced tanks to the battlefield in 1916 and have played an important role in their development ever since. Besides its enhanced protection, the Challenger was more mobile than the Chieftain. A 1,200 horsepower diesel engine and advanced suspension system gave the tank a top speed of 35 miles per hour and a smooth ride despite obstructions in rough terrain. One of the most important advances in tank design in the 1980s was in gunfire controls, which permitted the tank to fire on the move. The heavily armored turret of the Challenger weighs 20 tons, yet it must be moved with extreme precision to hit targets a mile or more away. In 1994, the Challenger 2 entered service in the British Army. The Challenger 2 has over 150 improvements to its predecessor, the Challenger 1, and many entirely new features, such as its turret design. The Challenger 2 has even more sophisticated fire controls than its forerunner. A digital fire control computer controls the commander's sight, the laser rangefinder, and thermal imaging system for unprecedented accuracy. The Challenger 2's stabilized 120mm gun can fire a wide variety of munitions. Britain has a long history of supplying tanks to foreign armies. But many armies in the developing world cannot afford highly complex and expensive tanks. Besides producing the Challenger for the British Army, Elvis Vickers also designed less sophisticated tanks specifically for export. The Vickers Mark VII is an example of British-German industrial cooperation with a Vickers-designed turret and a German Leopard 2 hull. Britain's strong traditions in tank design have led to critical technological breakthroughs, like Chobham armor and the formidable Challenger 2, one of only a handful of modern tanks that can truly dominate a battlefield. Across the hot, dusty prairies of Texas, the U.S. Army wages mock combat in one of the world's most formidable tanks, the M1 Abrams, named after the legendary General Creighton Abrams. General Abrams is known for his hard-charging leadership of the 37th Tank Battalion during World War II. Today, American tanks are much more powerful, better protected, and much faster than the Sherman tanks that Abrams commanded. The Sherman was armed with a rifled 75mm gun, with just 1/3 the force of the 120mm smoothbore gun found on the M1 Abrams. Development of the Abrams began in the early 1970s to replace the M60 Patton. Newly developed guided anti-tank missiles made protection a major priority in the Abrams design. Advanced composite armor, similar to Britain's Chobham armor, was used to counter the missile threat and gives the Abrams its distinct slab-sided appearance. To protect the crew from a mishap with its own ammunition, the rounds are housed in a compartment at the rear of the turret with blast doors that separate and safeguard the crew. Should the ammunition be ignited by enemy fire, the explosion is vented upward away from the crew. This once secret test footage demonstrates that in spite of detonation, the blast doors protect the crew from the fire. While crew survivability was at the center of the Abrams design, additional attention was put toward making the tank more fightable. Thus, the other key aspect of the M1's design was its weapons system. Previous generations of tanks had to stop to fire, while the Abrams and other modern tanks can fire on the move. The computer-controlled stabilization system keeps the gun aimed at the same point, no matter how much the tank is jostled around by the rough terrain. The Abrams gun sight employs a thermal imager, able to sense the minute temperature differences between man-made objects like tanks and the natural environment. This enables them to identify enemy tanks at night or when they are hidden by smoke or camouflage. Innovations in tank design since World War II allowed tank crews to drop in size from 5 men to 4. The Abrams proved itself an invaluable weapon during Operation Desert Storm in 1991 and led the charge into Baghdad during Operation Iraqi Freedom in 2003. France has long been a pioneer in tank design. The Renault FT-17 tank was the first true modern tank, with its main weapon located in a fully traversable turret. French tank designers continued this tradition with the development of the Leclerc main battle tank. Named in honor of Marshal Philippe Leclerc, who led the Free French 2nd Armored Division in the liberation of Paris in 1944.